From the rolling waves to the salty air, the sea has always captivated the human spirit, but its influence extends far beyond the shoreline. For centuries, maritime adventures have shaped our language, leaving behind a treasure trove of expressions we use every day. Where do these maritime expressions come from? How did terms born on the decks of ships find their way into our everyday conversations? Let's dive into the fascinating world of maritime expressions and uncover their origins. We'll journey back in time to discover how the adventures of sailors and the challenges of life at sea have left an indelible mark on the language we speak. Our first expression takes us back to a time before anesthesia, when surgery was a brutal affair. Imagine the agony of undergoing a procedure with only rudimentary tools and no way to numb the pain. In such dire circumstances, patients were often given a bullet to bite down on. The act of clenching their jaws on this hard object provided a distraction from the pain, allowing surgeons to work more quickly. This desperate measure gave rise to the phrase, "bite the bullet," which we now use to describe facing a difficult situation with courage and determination. The tumultuous nature of the sea often meant that ships faced unpredictable conditions. Storms could rage, waves could crash, and in the midst of this chaos, a new danger lurked on the deck's loose cannons. These powerful weapons, essential for naval warfare, could transform from tools of defense into instruments of destruction if they broke free from their restraints. A loose cannon careening across the deck posed a deadly threat to the ship and crew. This image of unpredictability and danger gave rise to the expression "loose cannon," used to describe someone unpredictable and potentially destructive. To understand this expression, we must first familiarize ourselves with a ship's sails, the very lungs of a sailing vessel. These sails are controlled by ropes called sheets, and their proper management is crucial for a ship's stability and direction. Now imagine a ship with 3 sheets loose, flapping in the wind. The vessel would be tossed about, unable to hold a steady course, much like a sailor who's enjoyed a bit too much grog. This state of disarray is the origin of the phrase "3 sheets to the wind," a colourful way to describe someone who is highly intoxicated. Life at sea was often arduous and uncertain, with limited space and privacy. In such cramped quarters, the boundaries of life and death, joy and sorrow were often blurred. It may surprise you to learn that women, including wives of sailors and women accompanying their families, sometimes gave birth aboard ships. And where did these births often occur? Near the cannons, the largest open spaces on a crowded warship. This practice led to the phrase, "son of a gun," which, despite its rough origins, evolved into a more general term of camaraderie and affection. In the perilous world of naval warfare, quick thinking and decisive action could mean the difference between victory and defeat, or even life and death. Imagine a ship trapped in a fierce battle, or caught in a treacherous storm. In such desperate situations, there might be only one chance for escape: cutting the anchor line and making a run for it. This act of sacrifice, abandoning the anchor to save the ship and crew, gave rise to the expression "cut and run," which we now use to describe a swift and decisive retreat. The sea, for all its beauty, demands a deep understanding of its rhythms and a respect for its power. Sailors, especially in the age of sail, developed a keen sense of the wind, knowing how to use it to their advantage. They used the term "by the wind" to describe sailing against the wind, a maneuver requiring skill and precision. Large, on the other hand, meant sailing with the wind, a faster and less demanding course. From these nautical terms, we get the phrase "by and large," meaning in general or on the whole. Imagine a ship battling a raging storm, its crew struggling to control the sails as waves crash over the deck. In such moments, speed and efficiency were paramount, and every action mattered. When hauling in a heavy rope, Sailors would use both hands, one over the other, in a rapid and continuous motion. This method, known as hand over fist, allowed them to quickly reel in ropes or lines. Today we use this phrase to describe any process that is swift and productive, often involving financial gain. On a sailing ship, ropes were the very lifelines of the vessel. They controlled the sails, secured cargo, and were essential for countless tasks. For a sailor, knowing the intricate system of ropes was not just important, it was crucial for survival. A sailor who knew the ropes was experienced, competent, and could be trusted with responsibility. This nautical term has sailed smoothly into our everyday language, where we use it to describe someone who is well versed in a particular skill or field. Life at sea could be monotonous, and sailors, like all of us, craved connection and conversation. On board a ship, the scuttlebutt, a cask containing drinking water, became a social hub. Sailors would gather around the scuttlebutt, sharing stories, rumors, and news from distant ports. This practice of exchanging gossip around the water cask led to the term scuttlebutt becoming synonymous with rumor or unofficial information. In the days before modern medicine, infectious diseases could spread like wildfire through crowded ports and on board ships. To prevent outbreaks, port authorities would inspect arriving ships and, if they were free from contagious illnesses, issue them a certificate. This document, declaring the ship and its crew healthy, was known as a clean bill of health. The term has since dropped anchor in our everyday vocabulary, signifying a clean record or a state of good health and well-being. And there you have it, the fascinating origins of some common maritime expressions. These phrases, born from the challenges and triumphs of life at sea, have navigated the currents of time to become an integral part of our language. They remind us of the enduring power of the sea and its influence on human history and culture. So the next time you use these expressions, take a moment to appreciate their nautical roots. If you like this video, please subscribe for more intriguing content.